Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Good Cast Show. Today we have a very interesting person on as our guest. We'll be talking about her teaching experience and men's health, specifically the male reproductive challenges, actually. Now, she is somebody who's been teaching for 18 years. She claims to be not a nerd, but she's been studying pretty much her whole life. I actually, weirdly enough, have met her before, which we'll go into. So please welcome Dr. Rafeah. Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
There we go. Perfect. How are you?
Thank you so much, Vinod. I'm so good. Thank you for having me in your podcast show.
Thank you for coming. Yeah. Now, we've actually met.
Yeah.
No, we haven't met actually. You came to a show of mine before. I have a recording which I'll be sort of superimposing on this video post-production. Yeah. So are you still a fan of comedy?
Yes.
Yeah? You still keep in touch with Jagan and keep abreast, yeah?
Not Jagan specifically. I'm keeping in touch in Mervyn. But sometimes, now they are famous. So
they're famous.
Really...
They have forgotten us peasants.
Exactly.
But so now you're at my second show. Thanks for coming for that, by the way. Very nice.
Me.
No worries. So as I said, you have completed the trifecta.
Yeah.
BSc, MSc and PhD.
Correct.
So doctor, tell us who is Rafeah behind the whiteboard when she isn't throwing chalk across the classroom?
Oh, now no more chalk.
No more chalk. Oh, no more.
We're only throwing markers.
Marker pens, okay.
All right. Without this qualification, I'm just a very, very simple girl. I wouldn't say I'm a bit moody, but sometimes, you have mood swings and everything.
What's your zodiac sign?
Scorpio.
Oh, same! High five! Yeah, there we go.
So you know how Scorpio works.
Yeah, very moody. Very moody.
You are an October Scorpio or a
October.
November Scorpio?
October.
I'm a November Scorpio.
What's your number?
14.
5.
5.
5 get along with everyone.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. But
I'm a
sometimes,
one.
oh, you're a 1. Good. So sometimes, 5, as you said, we go along with everyone. But sometimes we just want to be in
Your
our
own self.
man cave,
Yes.
I just want to be isolated. So yeah, that's me.
Okay.
I love music. I love comedy. As you said, I've attended some of your comedy show. Very outgoing. I can be introvert.
Okay.
I think I'm mostly introvert than extrovert. I just extrovert. I'm not a social butterfly or whatsoever.
You're not?
No, I'm not really. But when I'm in my own circle of friends, then yeah, I can be the most loudest one in the room.
Okay. Interesting. So you're an introvert. You don't like going out. You're more of you like to stay at home.
Yeah, I love
close
staying
the curtains
yes,
kind of person.
I love being at home. I
Okay.
just love being at home, staying at home, quiet, do nothing, no, not even a music.
Not even, okay.
Sometimes.
That is kind of creepy.
I know.
No, I'm kidding. Now, weirdly enough, I wouldn't say weirdly enough, but when I found out your field of study, it kind of raised an eyebrow. I never knew that there was such a field of study, by the way.
Yeah.
This shows you I never went to class when I was studying. So you chose basically andrology.
Yeah.
So firstly, can you define what is andrology for our listeners?
So andrology is a study of male reproductive system or men's health.
Okay.
So it is a wide range of study. We can talk about study of the organ, which is the testicular, the scrotum or everything. And then we have another set of studies which you are talking about sperm cells.
Okay.
So my field specifically goes on the sperm cells.
Okay.
So yeah, that is andrology.
Okay.
So it is something that people don't really know.
Yes.
Not many people know about this field, and it is a field that emerging right now because men's health is very questionable nowadays. A lot of people, the rate of infertility. As we go on deeper, we will know that the rate of infertility has declined over the years, and it raises questions on why it can happen.
Okay.
So when you go back to our grandmother's day, you see grandmothers are giving birth like 10, 12 children that.
My grandmother, I think, had like 18 siblings. Yeah, there was no TV back then. No Astro, no Netflix.
That explains. My grandmother also, she had 10 kids.
My goodness.
Yeah.
And it seems like back then they seem to be able to give birth, especially the women, really easily. Like nowadays, there is so many issues, there is so many clinics and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy.
True. Even the pain endurance also has declined, I would say.
Okay.
Because I remember my father used to say that my grandmother, when she was giving birth to the last child, my last uncle, she said that she happened to cook for the other children
Yes,
and everything,
I heard
and then took a bicycle, not even motorbike, bicycle, go to the hospital, give birth, and come back.
Come back. Yeah.
And it's just like a normal.
No, I grew up in the estate, so like we used to hear stories of pregnant mothers rubber tapping in the morning, and then the evening they give birth. It's
Yeah.
like it's just a part of the whole.
Now you see mothers is like they have to go to the hospital 2 days before because of the contraction, and then they have epidural and everything.
Yes. And then you have the before that, while the pregnancy, you have the checks and the checks
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
checks. But to be fair, I think I also am quite a stickler for checks. I mean, it's important to know the health of the child.
Yeah, that's true.
definitely.
Yeah.
Now, so before I get to my next question, I just want to ask, why did you choose this field? What was the reason behind it?
Actually, the reason why I did my PhD in andrology is by mistake.
By mistake?
Yeah, it's by mistake and because of lack of money. So when I finished my BSc, so I told my father, I'm always into this forensic thing. Since young, since the day the first CSI came out. I don't know if you still remember.
Yes.
So it was like NTV7 or something like that. So I told my father, I said, whatever it is, I'm going to do this forensic science in my life. So my father said, no, you're not doing bachelor in forensic science. My father keep on telling me that, oh, you got no future and everything. So I said, okay, fine, I'll do my biomedic. So after biomedic, I realized that, oh, no, I have to somehow pursue my forensic science. So I did my MSc in forensic science.
Okay, yes, I noticed that.
Okay. So after I did my forensic science, so I told my father said, no, you have to do your PhD. So I said, okay, fine. I have a proposal. I wanted to do something on criminology.
Okay.
So I wanted to do something on the...
Sorry, not to interrupt you, but that's quite a sharp left turn from criminology to sperms.
Exactly. I'll come back to that. So I wanted to do criminology. I have a proposal ready. I said I want to talk to the serial killers and also the serial rapists why they did that, on the mental health aspect of it. So I have a proposal ready.
Okay, again, this is so interesting. How many serial rapists and killers do we have that you can interview like that?
They have quite a number, but again, it was just on proposal basis. So I have to bring my proposal to my then supervisor. So I told him, I said, I want to do this. But he came back to me and he said that you got no background in psychology, so you cannot do that.
Okay.
So he said that if you want to do that, you have to do a crash course of psychology. I mean, you need to have some sort of basic in psychology in order for you to do a criminology. He said to do a crash course in psychology, you take about 1 year or 2 years. And I was like thinking, 1 year or 2 years, and then how long I'm going to finish my PhD? Then he gave me another proposal. He said his wife is also a lecturer in UKM. So he said, my wife got a grant, got money, got everything. So we have a research we have to do on andrology, which is on human sperm. And I went back home and I was thinking, I would rather go and do a research where there is money because otherwise I have to fork out the money. Because I did my master's and also my degree by scholarship.
You're one of those students.
So
you must be a very good student.
I
Whatever, man.
I have no money to fork out to buy the reagents and everything.
Okay.
So I said, okay, let's just take the offer because somehow it is somewhat related to biomedic. It's not very related, but we did anatomy and physiology. So this is on the physiology part of it.
Okay.
So that is how I went into andrology. Actually, it's not my field. It's not something that I wanted to do. It's not something that, I want to know what is there in the sperm. No. I don't want to know.
I can't imagine you waking up one day. Listen, guys, I really want to figure this out. What's in a sperm? Wait, but how long have you been in this field?
7 years.
7 years, my goodness. And how's it been so far? Do you think it's the right choice? It all worked out, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, we found something new. And again, it's a field that I think every young researcher should explore. And there are so many things that we can figure out from sperm abnormalities.
Okay, which we will dive into in a bit. But so, my question is, before I get to my question, you seem to love research.
Yeah.
Are you a research-based person or more of an academic person or application?
I'm 50-50. So I can do research. I love teaching also.
You love teaching?
Yeah. So it's very difficult. Like I wanted to do full research. My heart says, oh no, I have to go back to teaching. So I went back to teaching.
Okay, lovely. Now, let's just say for students who are at that point in your life when you had to pick a specialization, right? what should they do, or what should they consider before they actually select which area of specialty that they should go into?
Okay. For students who have been doing bachelor or masters, they should think about what gives them the passion. That is very important. That's one. Secondly, you see which field that gives you future and gives you further research or maybe give you job. So it is something very important for students to pick on those line of studies. So it's not as easy as like, oh, I just want to do a research, or no. You have to see on the long term. You just don't want to do, okay, I just finished my PhD 4 years, 5 years. After that, I don't want to do anything. No, your research should be ongoing. That is a symbol of a good research.
Okay.
So there is a continuation of your research.
Okay.
For example, like my research, it is a continuation of someone else's research.
Oh, so you're building on already. Okay,
Yeah.
understood.
So it's like when the entire research is complete, you have a whole database where you can talk about it.
Okay.
So that is important factor. But that is if, let's say, you are a non-medical student. If you are a medical student and if you want to go into specialty, it is very, very important that I always tell my students this, that you don't just stick to become a chronic MO, medical officer. You don't want to become a chronic MO for the rest of your life. You go on, you see there are so many fields. You got psychiatry, you got cardio, you got nervous, you got either you want to become a neurosurgeon or whatsoever. So you pick up on your interest, go for it.
Okay.
Even if you're a medical student, even if you're a medical doctor, certified medical doctor, you can still become a researcher. No problem.
Okay, understand. Okay, so perfect advice then for people. Now let's go into the topic of andrology. I'm very interested in this. I really want to know. Only because I never knew there was a study on it.
Okay.
I think this is the problem again, because whatever associated to men's health is generally not published or publicized, right? Women, you guys have, my goodness, everything. No, I'm going to alienate all my female listeners now.
Exactly.
I didn't mean it. Now, so I saw an article in the Star. It was published on 5th of April, saying that male infertility problems in the country are at an alarming level. Now, I don't know whether this person is still the Development Deputy Minister of Women, Family and Community Development. Aiman Atira Sabu said that 60% of the tests done showed abnormal results.
Yeah.
This is alarming. So before I get deeper into this, can you please define what does it mean when you say abnormal results?
Okay. So when you go into contraceptive clinic, or we call it as fertility clinic. Fertility clinic is not available everywhere. Available in big hospitals like UKM. I think UM also they have it. So the first thing, if you go in and you say that okay, this is the issue, both of us cannot get pregnant, they will subject you to a semen analysis.
Okay.
So they will ask you to produce your give the sample, okay, which is your semen, and then from there we will see the basic analysis, which includes your count, sperm count, sperm volume, sperm vitality, sperm motility, and there are a range of what do you call this? Semen analysis.
I feel like you guys are really judging the sperm here.
No, we are not judging the sperm, but that's the thing that
leave
we look
those little
into.
swimmers alone.
So for example, I give you an example. You asked about abnormal result, right? So if your sperm count is less than 15 million per 1 ml, it's considered abnormal.
What is the actual number? I mean,
It
what's
can
the
go up to 200 plus million. Yes.
Per ml.
Per ml. It's 1 ml, so you can
feel
imagine.
so much stressed now. I'm thinking, what's my numbers? Sorry, that's so rude of me.
It's in that 1 ml, you should find more than 15 millions. Sorry,
15 million.
That is only one parameter. It's count.
So just before you go on, so are you saying that the 200 million mark is still hit in today's?
Yeah, you can still find
200 million.
Yeah.
So these are like the creme de la creme of the stallions of men.
See, that is the misconception among men lah. Okay, let me just be very, very open about
Please
this.
do.
Okay, so when we say that,
By the way, I feel like I'm the first day of biology, Form 3, first class.
yeah, the reproduction, right?
All giggling.
Oh no, that was very, very basic.
Yeah.
So one of the misconception about among males nowadays, I'm going to be very blunt.
Please
about
be
this,
honest.
okay?
Please. I love this.
When you say, okay, you ejaculate that much, it does not mean you have that much of sperm in the amount that you ejaculated.
Okay.
So I have seen patients who gave me the entire, cap of the, the yellow cap where people give urine sample or not. So I have patients who have given me the entire cap of it with zero sperm in it.
Okay.
With zero sperm.
Okay.
And I also have received a very small little amount of seminal fluid, and he have normal sperm count.
Wait, when you say zero, what do you mean? I thought you were going to say full. No, it's zero.
It is full. The seminal fluid is full, but there is no sperm inside.
How does that happen?
That is sperm abnormalities.
But isn't the fluid and the sperm produced by the same testicles? No.
Seminal fluid is different than sperm. Sperm is embedded inside the seminal
So
fluid.
what produces that seminal fluid?
Seminal fluid is physiological. You have to have that fluid in order for the sperm to swim.
Okay.
But your testicle is the one that produces the sperm cell.
Okay.
So if that doesn't happen, the other part of your reproductive organ produces the mucus as usual.
Okay.
So you have instances where you cannot find a single sperm, and you have instances that you find a lot of sperms. But again, even if you have a lot of sperm also, not necessarily all sperm are normal.
There's so much. Why is it so hard
You
for
only have that one tadpole. You know the one tadpole? That one tadpole, a very healthy tadpole, only one enough to fertilize an egg cell. So that's one thing a girl should be very, very proud of. You only have one. But they have millions. And you have to fight.
Are you converting this topic to a gender debate? No. Who's better?
I'm just saying
we are more efficient with our usage of bodily.
Exactly. We just have one egg and we just wait 2 to 3 days. Oh, you don't have? Okay, fine.
Okay, but actually, you know what? It may be a silly question, but it's a question I'm sure people may have, right? Why does it take so many sperm to get the job done?
Because in order for you to go from the male reproductive organ to the female reproductive organ, there is a lot of obstacles. The first few millions will die at the entrance itself because of the pH.
Y'all are so unhospitable. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so first 2 million died there. So there's many obstacles. It's not just a free flow.
No, it's not a freeway. It's not a highway for you to just go. We have to go through so many things, and the egg anatomy will only open a certain period of time in order for the sperm to enter. Not the entire sperm will enter.
By the way, guys, this is dating. This is how dating is. Exactly the same. You have to do a lot. There's only a small window.
That's why.
Okay.
So just small period of window, and then you have the sperm infused inside or fertilized inside. Only then the fertilization is complete.
So sorry, but I interrupted you just now. You said that abnormal results, number one is the count.
Yeah.
What other constitute as a normal result?
We have anything more than 15 ml is considered as normal. That is only in the count base. Then they will look into the vitality. Vitality is how many sperms are alive.
Okay.
You will find sperm that is not alive. When you see under the microscope, some will swim, some will not swim.
Okay.
And then you will also look into the morphology. Some will move, some will not move.
But they are alive.
Morphology as in they are alive, but some will have 2 heads. 2 heads, 1 tail, or vice versa. You have 2 tails, 1 head, and then you have 3 parts.
Those guys must be really fast. The 2 tails, 1 head.
No, they are abnormal. They cannot
They're
fertilize.
swimmers, man. Speedo.
And then, the anatomy of a sperm, you need to have a healthy sperm. You need to have a head, and then you need to have a mid piece. We call it as the neck, and then you need to have the tail.
Okay.
Sometimes you find defect on the head, or you may find the defect on the neck, or you may find the defect on the tail.
Okay.
So if all these constitute on your abnormal results or abnormal reports. If we say that if it is more than 45% abnormal, we say that your semen analysis is not good lah.
Okay. So those are the criteria that you evaluate. Okay, fine. My goodness. What are the main causes of these type of abnormalities that you mentioned?
Many.
Okay.
My research, I did on smoking.
Okay.
Any smokers in the house?
All of us. Except for Ayn. Ayn is a terrible smoker. My goodness.
So what I did was on a cellular level,
Okay.
which means on the DNA level. So my research found that when you smoke, your chances of DNA damage, sperm DNA damage, is higher.
Okay.
Now, what I'm trying to continue my research is vaping.
Okay.
Does vape cause more damage?
Okay, but what is the direct cause of having a sperm's DNA damage?
Okay, right. So this is going to be a very cellular level.
Please do.
Okay.
I find this crazy interesting.
So you have DNA.
Okay.
DNA is very, very, it's embedded inside of the nucleus. Now, this DNA has a very good protection mechanism. One of the protection mechanism is two proteins. We have protamine and also histone. I'm not sure how many.
I'm going to pretend like I know what that means. Yes, protamine. Yes.
So this protamine and histone is responsible to protect the DNA. So what my research showed that when you smoke, it is an external factor that cause increase in oxidative stress.
Oxidative stress. Okay.
Yeah. How do I tell oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is when you have electrons in your body, free electrons in your body. It will go and attack, or it will go and churi other electrons to become stable. So the healthy ones now become unstable.
Is this the same as free radicals?
Yes, free radicals. Yes. So smoking, very smart. I'm impressed.
I hope my mom is watching this.
So when you free radical. So smoking is one of the main factor of free radicals. So it causes the free radicals to your cells. So the cell now, it becomes imbalanced. The electron in the cells become imbalanced. So now they are more exposed. The DNA is more exposed for the damage. So the smoke particles or the cigarette particles can straight away come and damage the DNA.
Okay.
So that is what my research was all about.
Okay. So but then once the DNA is damaged, the sperm is not affected. Right? It still can swim. It doesn't.
When your sperm DNA damage, they cannot perform the fertilization. Damage, dead lah.
Dead already. So smoking is the key cause?
Yeah.
Maybe third, fourth, maybe? No? It's the first?
No, it is the main.
Damn it.
Smoking and also alcohol. But one thing we need to give credits lah to the swimmers is that you can produce new sets of sperms in 74 days.
74 days, okay.
So the cycle of spermatogenesis is every 74 days. So for example, this is of day one, you produce, I give you 25 million lah. Okay?
Hey, at least 100. Come on, man.
Okay, 100 million.
I'm offended by this.
100 million sperm.
Okay.
Now, and then this 100 millions is the one that will go and try to fertilize the egg. Then you have another set of 100 millions. Or more in another 74 days.
So is this the reason why we've had problems in infertility then? This could be, because what I read was that the problem is worsening in time.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm assuming that, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that these problems keep getting worse is because our dietary habits, alcohol consumption, everything is increasing, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
not only, for example, my research is only narrowed on the smoking. We also have research that we're talking about stress,
Okay.
occupational hazard.
Okay, what about that?
Okay. This is one of the interesting topic which I picked up when I was doing my PhD, because I have to do a lot of reading. So one of the research showed that, traffic police,
Okay.
they have to stand under the sun early in the morning, and the uniform is tight.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. When your uniform is tight, what happens is that your male reproductive organ is located outside of the body.
Okay.
So when it's tight, what happens is that it accumulates heat.
Okay.
So that heat can cause disruption in the sperm production.
Correct me if I'm wrong again, but that's why the male reproductive organ is situated outside the body to escape the core temperature, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
But they are so closely in touch with the body, right?
Okay.
So they should have some sort of fluctuation in terms of temperature. So if you going to increase the temperature even more, again, you have a lot of proteins inside of your body, or especially inside of your male reproductive organ, and that protein, when it hit this is enzyme form 5, when that protein, when it's
You
subjected,
say it like I should know.
I'm just saying. So when you have that protein is subjected to high temperature, it can become denatured.
That means it stops functioning, doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, it reduces the function. So there's a lot of enzymes that working in the male reproductive organ. That is the reason why we recommend males not to use tight pants.
Okay. But the problem is you women love it so much.
Do we?
No? So I guess
Tight pants?
the moral of the story is all superheroes have like 10 million sperms.
Oh yeah.
Like Superman is dead. Like he's just not producing.
So that's one of the occupational reason. Another one, this is actually from my personal experience. One of my patient came to me. One of my subject came to me. He's a radiologist.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. He's a radiologist. He's a medical doctor who is, I think he's pursuing in his radiology studies. He came to me with 0 sperm.
Okay.
And he was telling me that he's trying to, to have children. So I know that it's the reason, because the radiation causes the disruption to the sperm.
But don't they wear those lead outfits? No, still doesn't.
If you are exposed to the rays over time, again and again and again, it can cause disruption to your sperm.
Oh, okay. That's sad. I mean, that's really sad. I mean, it's your job that is killing your want to have son. Now, so I wanted this because when I read online that this is a problem, I wanted to also have an uplifting, hopefully, side to this discussion. Although it's been really fun, I really enjoyed this conversation. Are there any symptoms that men should be alert to the symptoms that basically indicating that maybe their sperm count is low?
You cannot tell that your sperm count is low, but you can say that your infertility, infertility rate has declined or whatsoever based on the symptom. For example, erectile dysfunction. You cannot maintain the erection. Or when you see there is an enlargement of breast in male, we call it as gynecomastia.
Okay.
So that could be an indication of male infertility. So
that's caused by a hormonal imbalance, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So you have to go and check.
Okay.
So again, if you ask me, when do you go and check your sperm? You cannot simply go to a clinic, fertility clinic, if you are not married. If you're not, just go as, I just want to check my sperm count. Cannot.
Why not?
You are only considered as infertile. Infertility is defined as when husband and wife, really lah?
Okay.
When husband and wife did not achieve successful pregnancy within 12 months of period without any protected sexual intercourse.
Okay.
That is the definition by book. So after, if let's say you just get married, after 6 months you say your wife is not getting pregnant, you cannot go to hospital. They'll ask you to go back and come back after 6 months. So that is the definition. After 1 year only, after 1 year of unprotected sexual intercourse, then you cannot get pregnant. Okay, fine. Then we can think about what is happening. But
don't you think this rule should be changed then? Because if there is now a worsening problem, men should check at an early stage. Because then they can make changes to their lifestyle.
You can do your own physical check. Like for example, like how women are doing the breast check, right?
Yeah.
So you also can see if there is any lumps.
But
you can have lumps at your testicles.
Okay.
So if you check if there is an abnormal lumps, then you can go to men's clinic.
Okay, now, I mean, it's quite stressful. I'm just curious of my count. So now, but what is this condition reversible? What can men do to improve their fertility rate?
Okay, for you to improve your sperm count at that particular time when the sperm analysis was taken, you cannot do that.
Of course, after.
Okay. After that, maybe you can improve that's the only thing that we say, improve your lifestyle. Stop smoking. Not to say stop smoking. You cannot stop smoking. If you're a chain smoker, you cannot stop smoking. You reduce your intake.
Okay.
Alcohol. And then you increase your lifestyle to a better lifestyle.
Okay, so stop smoking. Reduce smoking. I don't want to say. Okay, then reduce drinking, and then how about food? Is there any foods that you should stay away from?
food to stay away from, no, but you have to reduce your fat intake also.
Fat intake.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a general lifestyle change.
Okay, fair enough. Now, I mean, it's sad to hear when men want to have children and they can't, because this is very sad. Like, I mean, it's a lot of pressure on the couple.
Yeah.
I mean, as a man, if I were in that position, I'd be like, oh my God, it's our manhood is being affected. Is there any like ritual, not religious, but ritual or regimen one should follow to prep themselves to have a higher probability to have a child with their partner?
Okay. There is no ritual for you to prep yourself. It's just that, again, you have to be healthy.
So, say for example, if I have a low sperm count, of course, God forbid, and that's good, yeah. And but I want to have a child. Is there a time, because you mentioned that every 74 days, the new sperm is produced, right? Can I do something like, can I change, if I change my habit, then would my sperm more?
Chances are there.
Chances are there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it takes a new set of sperm.
Okay.
So maybe after 74 days, your sperm count might increase, or your sperm analysis itself might have improved.
Okay, nice. So in terms of, I just want to go back to your teaching now. You love teaching. You've been teaching for 18 years. That's very interesting. And you've taught at basically every level, kindergarten to tertiary, right?
Yeah.
So where are you teaching now?
I am currently teaching in UCSI University, which is located in PD.
PD, okay.
So I'm teaching pre-medical students, which is year 1 and year 2. I'm also teaching nursing. I'm also teaching optometry, I think.
Okay. So you think?
Yeah.
Very committed teacher.
So many.
Is this my class? So what made you go the whole teaching route, besides the fact that you love it?
So at first I just after SPM you are jobless, right? So that's the time your mother say, no, I cannot give you extra 50 ringgit. I say, okay, fine, I'm going to start finding my own job. So right in front of my house there was a kindergarten. I went in and asked, I said, I want to become a kindergarten teacher. They asked for qualification. I said, my qualification is just SPM. That also result is not out yet. Then I started teaching. And then after that I went to my tuition center where I learned before. I went to the teacher. I said, I want to teach. Because at that time, I was only 17, 18. So I said, I'll teach standard 6, standard 5, standard 4, something like that. That's when I realized that, I love this job.
Okay.
I love explaining to them until they understand. So I'm kind of a teacher that I will not leave you until you understand.
Oh my God.
So
by the way, I was also a tutor part-time when I was in university. I think for about a few years, but I had the opposite experience to you. I hated the fact that I couldn't beat the hell out of these kids. I just wanted to discipline them because that's how I was raised, right?
Okay.
Right? Yeah. No, but anyway, I left. Yeah. But so you loved it then?
I loved it.
Okay.
So I taught kindergarten, and then I did home tuition, and then I had the opportunity to teach in an international school. So that's when you see all the rascals, in an international school. They don't listen to you. So international students, they were designed differently from our government school students. Our students, when you see teacher, you run away, right?
Yes.
My students are in international school. You see teacher, hi teacher, how are you? They'll put their hand on your shoulder. They're like friends. They're just like friends. They are so salamba like that.
Okay.
Which is fun. Which is somewhat fun. So I had an experience when I was teaching a very, very naughty class. So when I was teaching a naughty class, some of my students, what I did, because it was my first time, so I was teaching them. I said, if you are not interested in my class, you can leave. Half of the class left. That was my first day in that class.
That must have shocked you.
Yeah. I was like, okay. It's like crashing my ego, Then,
so they just walked out and left?
They just say, okay, teacher say, leave lah. So, and then after that, slowly I get their interest, and somehow I managed to keep everyone together, and most of their results improve. I'll take pride of that.
Of course. Well done
and
to
my
you.
Students
to have the patience to go back.
Well, from their initial results, for them to do at least 1 grade or 2 grade higher, I'm very proud.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, which brings me to another question, actually. In fact, I was just talking about this yesterday. What are the main differences between students before our time and to the ones now?
Nowadays, children are very curious. it's not like us. Last time when we have question also, do we want to ask this question? Anda angkat tangan ke tanah, we'll be very, very shy. It's like, is it going to sound stupid? Nowadays, children, they just raise up their hand and they just ask all sort of questions in the world. So that is one thing that I see the difference between our time and their time, which is good. But in some way, it may not be too good. You know, sometimes students, they tend to oversmart the teacher. They think they know better. So that is the disadvantage side of it. The advantage side of it, okay, fine. You have your rights to ask questions. You ask questions. That's something that we don't. Even I myself, I don't ask questions.
No, but one thing about students these days, that because I've met people, and especially kids who go to international school, private school, right? One thing I've noticed is they don't value the need to how do I say it? Like to be an expert, or at least have read something in a topic to talk about it. Like for example, I met this one girl. I remember she was saying, oh, she loves politics and all that. And I was talking to her, and I love politics as well. So I was talking to her, and then she was like, you know, but her persona was as if she knows everything about politics. Like she was the person who founded politics.
Is it from international school?
International school. And then, okay, fine. I appreciate the confidence. Okay, fine. Of course, when we were young, there's no way that would have happened. Firstly, when adults are talking, you're not supposed to be there. That's another thing. But then I asked her, I said, oh, so have you read the book Prince by Machiavelli, which is one of the Bibles of politics? She said, no, I never read. I said, oh, okay. And then I was thinking, like, yeah, this is the problem. Don't you think students nowadays don't have that? They don't research first.
So this is what I said, when you are over smart. They Google something, they think they know that, and then they challenge you. They'll be like, there's so many things.
Yeah, it's not just one headline.
So that is something that students need to tone down a bit. Don't be over smart. I mean, don't be the smartest in the room. No need. There's no need. What you are trying to.
Correct. But you must be humble to learn.
You are just 15.
Yeah. You're still a baby.
Yes,
exactly. The world has a lot more things coming. Now, since you're a teacher, 18 years, I have to ask a question. In fact, I was just talking to one of them just now about this. Do you think it is actually fair, or is it right that the way students are sort of mollycoddled today? Like when I was young, if you didn't do your homework, if you played truant, you were sent to the discipline room to be beaten. And then you went back, and then your parents beat you even more. Even more. That's worse. But now it's not like that. You can't scold them. You can't do anything.
No, you can't even touch them.
So, I mean, is it good that we are going this direction?
Okay. I would say children nowadays are very, very sensitive. You raise your voice a bit, that's it. They're going to go into, they claim they're going to go into depression. But it's actually no. But again, we are from different generation. I keep on telling my students, during my time, when I don't do this, my book will fly. Now I cannot do that to you. So they keep on, they say, Allah, miss, that's your time lah. You zaman purba. We are new age.
How many times my book flew?
Exactly. So it is good and bad. So bad as in that it might affect the mental health of the student. Again, we keep on hearing this word again and again for the past few years already. Mental health. Students also, they have their own mental health. So they are very sensitive. They get offended by the slightest thing. They don't grasp the idea saying that we are trying to discipline them. We are not trying to punish them. The good thing is that it's wrong. If you do that, you know what is the consequences. So let's say if I chase you out of the class, next time you won't do.
Okay.
So that is the good part. The bad part is some students, if you're tough, you will take it. If you're not tough, and that's it lah. They will go and complain about you.
And that make your life difficult. Fair enough. Now, you are someone who's very successful as a student. You are.
No.
Yeah, come on. Scholarship, BSc, MSc.
I would like to stress that I'm not a nerd.
No, you're not a nerd, but you are successful. I mean, you're a scholarship student and all that lah. So well done, congrats. My mother would have been so proud to have you as a daughter.
No lah. Last time my brain got. Government gave my brain, so we took the opportunity. Now no more. I'm so sorry.
Let me tell you, if I applied for my brain, they would have thrown back my. They would have said, "Go to hell." Now, what are the common traits that you have seen in students who excel in their tertiary education? Okay,
in tertiary education, right? I would say you need to have a balance of. I think I've already talked about this before. Soft skill and also the education. These two combined makes you successful. You cannot be 100% nerd and you are not good in your presentation, that may not look good for you. You know, you can be a straight A students, but then you come in front and talk, you cannot. You stutter. And you also have another set of students who may not be that well in education, but when it comes to public speaking, when it comes to presentation, top notch. So if you are someone who is as an audience, your perception will change or not with the good student or bad student. If you have a bad student, not to say bad student, maybe mediocre student, but very good presentation, and then you have very good student who can't even present. So your perception will go towards the second person, right? So that is what I always emphasize in my students. Even today, I have a set of year 1 students. Year 1 students, they are fresh from foundation. So that means they do not have that much of interaction. They just go study, exam, come back. So now they are in year 1 medical school. So in year 1 medical school, I have one of my students. He's straight A. Every module he got 80 plus. So memang a smart student lah. But he comes to me. Even I'm his mentor. So you have a mentor-mentee session. So when he comes to me, even to talk to me in private, he will be shivering. You know, he'll be shaking. I was like, why are you? Say no. It's just that I cannot talk to people. Okay. This is something I'm slowly coaching him, because in medical teaching, we have a session called as problem-based learning, where we just give a case to the student. They will decide what to do with the patients. Okay. So that is an opportunity for them to come out and improve your soft skill, which is very, very important. So imagine if you're a doctor, you're so scared to talk to your patient.
Exactly. Your entire bedside manner will be horrible.
Exactly. So that's why I've been keep on telling all my students like that. Okay. So, but then you also have another one who don't know anything about the topic, but you will end up talking, 1 hour done.
That's also dangerous.
Slow down, like give other people chance. There are people who will grab all the opportunity and will not let other people talk. Okay. That is something that we need to monitor also. Give everyone equal opportunity to talk.
Okay. Just a few weeks ago, I made a video on Dr. Jay Kumar. I don't know if you know him. He's the chairman of PSM, Party Socialist Malaysia, and he made a statement on Free Malaysia today. He said that apparently, because he's a medical doctor, so he's using that as an example, he said that medical students, he was referring to the all students, should undergo additional courses to improve their basic skills, like critical thinking and language skills and all that. Now, before I get into your opinion on that, I just want to know, just maybe you can share some light on this. What is the problem with the current education system, in your opinion, seeing that someone who's gone through all the levels, that is resulting in students who are unable to master these basic skills like communication, critical, these are basic skills. Why can't they master it?
Because it's not in the syllabus.
Okay.
It's not included in our syllabus. Last time when I was doing my bachelor in biomedical science, there is very, very small amount of syllabus that emphasize on communication skill. So we should increase the syllabus, instill in their education on communication skill, on critical thinking, on academic writing. All these are important. Okay. Nowadays we are lacking. Especially I'm teaching in medical school. There is no need for that, they said, because our modules is so compact, you can't even finish it. Like you are just struggling to finish it. You only have because it's we are living in Malaysia, so we have to do MPU. Only that. They don't have extra curriculum, extra syllabus that to improve your social skill or improve your communication skill. No. But for other courses, maybe. But I'm not really sure. Like for arts, engineering, maybe they do have. But I remember last time when I was doing a bachelor in biomedical science, we did have a syllabus, or we
like a list of few courses you have to take.
Like which is out of our main subjects. Okay. So that is something that we need to bring back.
But one of the things I also feel like sometimes I feel like these students, I think you should know yourself, right? I mean, in terms of if you cannot communicate effectively, you know that. No one needs to tell you that, right? Like when I was a student in university, I used to join Toastmasters and I used to consistently...
You're a nerd.
No, I'm not a nerd. I barely was in class to begin with.
So you're the public speaking guy that, he will take all the mic and everything.
Yes,
He'll become the host.
That's why I'm here. It was in my destiny.
See, I'm not that kind of person. I'll be like, oh, you want to involve? No, I don't want.
You don't?
I don't. I want to go back.
Okay. So when you are in your man cave, what do you do?
I do nothing. Really, I don't open my book. I don't I don't do anything.
Okay.
I'll just go lepak at home. There's something that I tell my father. I said, my father is a education minister in my house. So for the longest time in my life, I heard the word buku padi. Buku padi in Tamil, in Malay is baca buku. So ever since school until I finish my PhD, my father's mantra is buku padi.
Okay.
So on the day I graduate, I took my scroll, I gave it to my father. I said, no more
Buku padi. Now I'm going to watch movie.
He will scold me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Now, I just want to get to this. What do you love most about your job? What's the thing that gives you the most satisfaction?
The satisfaction I get is when I get a student coming to me said, doctor or miss or teacher or whatsoever, I understood what you thought.
Okay.
So if I give you a topic, usually what I do is that when I teach them a topic, and then I'll ask them to come in front and explain what you have learned. Because my lecture is 1 hour, every topic is 1 hour. So I always tell them, I'm not going to give you that 1 hour lecture because I know your brain span can only tahan up to probably 30 minutes. After that, you start wondering what to eat after this, where to go after this. Do I want to go to DIY and all that? Okay?
Interesting choice of...
Because DIY is the nearest to my university.
Okay. So they go and chill out there.
Yeah. So I always come back. I always say, okay, fine. Come in front and explain to your friends what you learned today. It can be 1 point, 2 point, 3 points. It doesn't matter. As long as what takeaway that you get from this lecture. So some of my students, they come to me and say that they understood what my lectures. That gives me satisfaction. It cannot be 100% whatever I say they understood. At least 50%.
Okay. It's interesting while listening to you talk because I've not always met teachers who are very passionate about their jobs. It's a job at the end of the day. For me as a in Hinduism there is a authority, Mada Pita Guru Devam, which means for those listening who don't know, teacher is more important than God.
Yeah.
Right? What are the traits? I mean, what sort of person should become a teacher, you think? What are the traits that they should have to be a successful teacher, an effective one?
You have to be very patient.
Okay.
And firstly, you must have the passion to teach. Secondly, you have to be very patient because students come and ask you a question again and again and again. You might have one student and then you explain, and then you have another set of students who come and ask you the same question. So you must be willing to explain that. Thirdly, you have to be someone who is calm. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the calmest person in the room or whatsoever, but when it comes to teaching, I love the fact that students ask me questions and I can explain to them in a more effective manner. So that is a trait. I mean, this is going to sound cliche lah, but a teacher should be selfless lah.
Okay.
Like, you go all out for the students. Like, I love, I don't know, maybe because I don't know, I'm very color coordinated. So I love everything to be colorful and everything. So when it comes to lecture, I will
that's just you being Indian.
Exactly.
Yeah, we love our color.
So I will go to my lecture hall or lecture room. Few minutes before, I'll start writing mind maps before my class. I start writing mind maps in color.
You're one of those teachers. You really love your job. Wow.
Or maybe some might find it annoying.
No, but it's fantastic. I love to hear this because teachers are so important. A lot of people who I know, like people like I know in sports and all, it's because they're teachers.
Yeah.
They are where they are. Like there's a very famous footballer. His name is Ian Wright. He became a footballer because he's teacher. A very famous boxer, Anthony Joshua. Now he's very famous. He's teacher. Yeah. So you go and do your mind.
Yeah, I go and do my mind map. My whiteboard will be colorful.
Okay.
So I have all the markers, all the colors. So I'm that kind of person. Then I'll force my student also to do mind map. So I said, no, because it's difficult for you to imagine you have a PowerPoint slides, right? And then you print out. That could be about 6 to 7 pages, in that small boxes. So even I myself, I don't read that PowerPoint. Sometimes lecturers' PowerPoint are useless also. So it's what they are saying in the class that matters. So what I'll ask my students to do, you jot down whatever it's important. Then you don't look at the PowerPoint. You don't look at the PowerPoint. You transfer all the information into one sheet.
Okay.
So later on, when you're doing revision, you just take one sheet. Okay. Imagine, is it stressful for you to read one sheet or you read 6 pages?
One sheet is better.
Exactly. Nice. So that is a method on how you learn. Why color? It's easy to absorb. You read, you baca, you highlight. Easy.
I wish all my teachers were like you. In uni, it was all PowerPoint.
Yeah.
It's all PowerPoint. Yeah.
So my
But then I
university
was
is
in
like-
engineering, so maybe.
Yeah. Susah a bit lah. A lot of
Can't do
numbers
so
and
much
everything.
cover. Yeah. Okay, so before we end, what's your advice to students now who are about to enter who want to become doctors? What should they practice or what should they prepare themselves before entering the line of medicine?
Okay, if you want to go into medical line, again lah, because probably we are Malaysian, okay, not only Indian, we are Malaysian. We want all our children to become doctors.
Yes.
But if you have all the children become doctors, who's going to do other job?
Exactly, the nurse and all that. Yeah.
So you look at your passion. Fine, your parents wants you to do something. Fine, but you have to explain to your parents if you don't like that course. I have students coming to me and saying that, doctor, I don't really like this course because my parents asked me to do. It is frustrating to see how the students are struggling because the students' passion was more on accounts, on engineering and everything.
And they become a doctor.
Yeah. So it's going to be very, very difficult for the student to even pass.
My goodness, that's sad.
Yeah. So we have to counsel the student. We have to say that, if this is not your choice, then you can go back to other courses. So my advice or my take on students nowadays, especially SPM leavers, choose your passion. By the time Form 5, you know already what you're going to do, or you probably, okay, if you're clueless, then you go for foundation. Then probably you will have some sort of insight. Medical is a very large field. Medical is not only doctor. You have nursing. Nursing, very good prospect. You not only in country, you can go out of the country and you can make tons of money.
Especially
I wish
Dubai
I've done nursing also.
Really?
Yeah. I love taking care of people, nurturing side of me,
Okay.
probably.
Okay.
So nursing, you can become psychologist. Psychologist is a it thing now. 10 years to come, everybody definitely will go and, and find a psychologist and talk about mental health and everything. All these are very, very broad. Even in chemistry, under chemistry, you have range of research that you can do. Biology is endless. Biology is something that, cell is something that it's endless. Like so many things that we haven't discovered yet. Zoology.
So you're saying that do research on what line that you should take.
Yeah.
But maybe that's also because that when you go to education fairs, for example, right, nobody like you sits down there and says what you can do with this course. They just say these are the courses we have, which one you want.
That's because if in the education fair, they always force the lecturers to go and say.
Really?
I've done this job
done that?
also.
Oh, okay.
Every weekend I have to sit, 9 to 5, you have to sit there, and then you see only one parents come to you. Frustrating.
Okay.
So usually this kind of education fair, the marketing team, what is the problem about this education fair is that the marketing team will try to market the highest paying course.
Okay.
So it is business tactic lah, which we understand. But if let's say you ask the lecturer to go, if let's say the lecturer is very honest, like me, you sit there and they ask you, don't take medicine, you go and do other things, and you have a higher prospect.
Okay. Yeah, that's not fair to the whole bottom line.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fair enough. Now, just on this, is everyone? I mean, for me, because when I've seen a lot of doctors now, the new guys, right? I always think to myself, I don't think this guy or this girl was meant to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Like, and I really want to say this because although I don't like doctors, I'm very skeptical of the big pharma and all this.
Okay.
I'm one of those conspiracy theorists kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm the kind of guy, if you're sick, just have rasam, you should be fine.
Rasam.
You should be fine, right? But I've met doctors, these kind of young doctors who should have nothing to do with patients. They just should have nothing to do, right?
Yeah.
What in your experience, what are the traits you see in a person you think that would make them right to be a doctor?
Again, okay. When you are trained to become a doctor, you are trained for 5 years.
Okay. For your normal
academically is 5 years, and then you do your housemanship in 2 years. In that 2 years of housemanship is when you know you're going to be a good doctor or a bad doctor.
Okay.
That 2 years of housemanship, you have rotation. That's when you find out whether you're a good doctor or a bad doctor.
Okay.
If let's say you're superior, they are the one who will tell you this definitely going to be a good doctor. This one tak boleh kot, like that. So because the workload that they give you during your housemanship is crazy. But it's not as crazy as before. Last time my brother is a doctor. So last time I used to hear that he got 36 hours shift, 48-hour shift, then he'll come back only after 2 days or after 3 days. He is fine. But nowadays, you see the students, I mean, nowadays doctors, the housemaids and everything, they have 12 hours of shift, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure the duration yet. So 12 hours is already stressful for them. So again, this all constitute on whether you will become a good doctor or a bad, not to say bad doctor, good doctor or other doctors.
Other doctors, exactly. So that wraps up this episode. It's been really fun talking to you.
Yeah, me too.
I love especially the andrology part. That part I loved it. So many things to
Don't
learn.
smoke.
Okay. I was just thinking of this should have fun. So wait, so you're those kind of girls, you don't like guys who smoke. You're the type who, if you go to a bar, I mean, not a bar, like a restaurant.
Yeah, but it's something that I'm allergic with. I don't like the smell.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why
Imagine
all
it gets stuck in our tudung, our hair. It takes long, to wash out that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How come I never had that problem?
Because you're a smoker, you're so used to that smell. For us, it's like, aiyo, the whole baju need to be rendam first.
Okay, fair enough. The problems of women and smokers. So last but not least, we want to close this on, I always give my guests this opportunity. So since you're a teacher, please share your advice to students nowadays, how to become better, how to achieve what they want in their life.
Okay, in order for you to become better, be honest in life. Be honest. Never do homework, never mind. I'm a teacher, so you never do homework, never mind. You go and tell your teacher, cikgu, saya tak buat homework. Don't tell kucing gigit, anjing gigit, all that. Teachers knows. Teacher know when you are bullshitting. Oh, can I say that?
Okay, this is a podcast. There's profanities allowed.
So teacher knows when you are lying. So just be honest with whatever that you have done. And one thing that I emphasize about this, try not to be stingy with information. Jangan kedekut ilmu. When you know something and your friends don't know anything, go and teach the person. It's not only going to...
This is for the Chinese students.
Hey, don't say that.
We all know. Everybody's thinking it. You see, they're all thinking that. We all know.
Don't have that habit of saya tak tahu. Don't have that saya tak tahu habit.
Okay.
So that's one thing that I believe. Like when you know something and your friend don't know anything, you go and teach the person. You're only increasing your knowledge. You get more understanding on that chapter. So that is something that I always tell my students also. That is very, very important note to become a good person. Okay? Jangan kedekut ilmu. Be honest. Be kind. Be respectful. Be respectful. You have a bunch, I'm not saying all students, but to the student nowadays, they don't respect teachers. So it goes back long way. Last time when cikgu datang in front, we will find other alternative way not to, jangan tak nak bertembung.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Now it's not like that. They just chill.
Yeah, they just relax only. Cikgu datang, okay, so what? Like that. Some student, I have to call, please come into the class. Last time we used to be all prepped. Before cikgu datang, masuk je bangun semua. Like that. Nowadays, no. Nowadays, student no more standing up. Or maybe in school lah, university all no. Teacher stand, students sit until the end. Then they coming and telling, cikgu mengantuk lah cikgu. It's very sleepy.
Just one kickback, just one point back on your thing. I think last time, if I didn't do my homework, there is no way I'm telling my teacher I didn't do my homework. I would be beaten, sent to discipline room. My book would have been thrown. Nowadays,
I remember my book flew from 3rd floor to the 1st floor, and to the ground floor.
Yeah, it's same. And then, you have to stand outside the class and do your homework, and then everyone's passing by. And on that day, suddenly you see your father coming. What the hell are you doing here, man?
Yeah, those days when the teacher punish you, you go back home, you get double the punishment.
Double.
From your parents.
And not like now, they ground you or something. No. Back then was beating.
Yeah, hanger, belt rotan, slipper short.
Yeah. Slipper short, yes.
Tell me about it.
Remember open days? What is that? Report card day.
Report card day.
Oh my God, that was the worst.
I was telling my father, don't you have work on this day? Don't come to school.
Oh God, my father will come sit there. And then for me, it was the same thing every year. We know it's very talkative.
See, now it has done something good for you.
Exactly. To all teachers. Whatever, man. Yeah. So thank you so much, Doctor, for being here. It's been a pleasure. It's been such a pleasure. Hope to have you back again.
Thank you for having me here.
No worries.
I had good time. I did not felt like a podcast also.
Yes.
Felt like talking to a friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for Rafeah. Rafeah for coming to my second show. Perfect. First was a stand-up comedy show a long time ago in a different life. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please subscribe, please share, please comment, and please share your questions if you're a student to our teacher here, and I'm sure she will answer them in her free time while she's not teaching or researching andrology stuff.
Thank you.
But till next time, thank you so much. Till next time, see you all, guys. Take care, and we'll catch you soon. Have a safe weekend. Take care. Bye.